Hey, it's DeagleBeagle. I'm going to go over Iron Thorns today on how to use it. So, there's going to be different ways to use this Pokemon, as we'll have figured out soon, but I meant to actually include Terra Blast with like flying or something, because this thing is 4 times weak to ground, unfortunately. Okay, but anyways, if you're just using it as a Dragon Dance set, hopefully you would switch it in. Or you would switch it in when they don't have like Garchomp out, and then you set up Dragon Dance. If Garchomp comes in later, hopefully you can hit it with an Ice Punch and kill it. And hopefully you're powerful enough too with Booster Energy and Dragon Dance that even if they tear a ground to reduce their 4 times weakness, that you could hit them at least with a 2 times weakness and kill them with Ice Punch. But I think Rock in general would be really good offensively with Dragon Dance. That's why I had Rock on almost all the Terror types, because you might want an offensive one to do a lot of net damage with the Dragon Dance set, and just use it, pull it in when they don't have a really powerful move to hit Iron Thorns. People have said Iron Thorns is not that great though because of its 4 times weakness, and compared to Tyranitar, like Tyranitar, I'd say other people would say it has better defensive typing. Maybe that's debatable, but at least it's not 4 times weak to ground. It is 4 times weak to fighting, but the main thing that Tar has though over it is Sandstream, so it boosts its own special defense by 50% more. So it also brings in Sand, which can get rid of sashes and whatnot. So I do agree in the sense that Tar might be better. However, Iron Thorns is more offensive, and if you can get Quark Drive activated, it could be quite useful. Offensively, I would say Electric doesn't add that much more to Rock. Dark doesn't add that much more to it either. So that's why people don't really use Dragon Dance Tyranitar, because it usually doesn't work that well because it has a lot of weaknesses. Same with Iron Thorns, and even if you get it up, it's kind of slower of a Dragon Dancer. It may not outspeed stuff. So the best Dragon Dancer I'd say is probably Dragonite, because you can use extreme speed with it and outspeed almost anything. Even if they outspeed you with their priority, since you're +2 with extreme speed, you can do that. And Dragon Dance tends to work better on Pokemon too that not only have a really fast move, like a priority move or something like that, but defensively is good. And you just can't send this in a lot for Dragon Dance spamming because of its defensive typing. But if you can get the Quark Drive activated without Booster Energy somehow, like a Pincursion or manual electric terrain, then maybe Life Orb with it. If you really want to worry about your defensive typing and you don't want to use Dragon Dance, I should show a set without Dragon Dance, to be fair, because I shouldn't make it seem like you should only use this Pokemon with Dragon Dance. It's just that's going to be the most common way probably people use it, at least for now. So you could use Terra Blast Flying, and that would kill, like Tyranitar, it would kill the Pokemon that are fighting and resist fighting and ground. So if you're not using Dragon Dance with it, I would probably recommend Terra Blast Flying or Air Balloon or something, just so they can't just easily like knock you out with a ground move. Where was I? Weakness policy might be pretty good on it. Same with Tyranitar, because it is weak to a decent amount of things, and you could use that to your advantage and hit them hard back with something. As far as defensive Terror types though, I would say besides flying, there's not a lot of other good ones. The main thing is you don't want to have a 4 times weakness to anything on most Pokemon. You want to reduce it to like at least a 2 times weakness or an immunity. I suppose you could use Terra Grass, but I don't know about that because I mean maybe you could use Terra Grass to be resistant to ground and not be spored, but you might want to just bait them into using Earthquake and use Terra Flying. But in open team sheets where it's not ladder, like Showdown ladder, then I might be more likely to use Terra Grass than Terra Flying because it's good even if they rock slide you, but it just depends on what you want to do. Now, let's go into the next one. Loaded dice. I'll show a video, by the way, where I only show loaded dice Pokemon, and we'll try to see like the best loaded dice Pokemon, their advantages and disadvantages. This one would be good with loaded dice because if you set up a Dragon Dance, you can outspeed Meowscarada, and you can kill it with a Rock Blast through the sash, even though it can miss 10% of the time. The reason why I use Jolly with like all of these is because it's the Dragon Dance set, and if you use Adamant, it's not fast enough to outspeed Meowscarada or other common things. So you probably should use Jolly. It outspeeds Talonflame and a bunch of other things in between. Now, if you can get Electric Train set up, Electric Seed might be quite useful for its extra defense, so it's easier to set up like Dragon Dance and whatnot, or just get attacks off. I think the most common Terra people will use with this is Rock because they're going to be using Dragon Dance with Rock Slide, but you could use, like I said, Terra Flying or something. That's why I showed it here. So thanks for watching this video about Iron Thorns. In summation, I would say I wouldn't usually recommend it. I would usually recommend Tyranitar instead and save your booster energy for another Pokemon. Thanks for watching.